can go right. Greetings, spear beings, greetings, supreme being. We are all the human race. Our common enemy is death. Welcome on Perfect Society. I'm Or Hoffman, and this is the broadcast. Worldometers.Info reviewed. Includes coronavirus meter. Okay, so here we see the website, the coronavirus meter, and this is the population page, regions, etc. But this is the main Worldometers.Info that people get to see when they visit the page. So let's just read this with a text-to-speech engine and see if it can do that. So here you can see that it did copy the text and clipboard watch is on, but it didn't start reading. That was what I wanted to show in the previous broadcast. So here we go.
This website uses cookies to ensure you get the best experience on our website. Learn more. Got it. Worldometer Coronavirus Population FAQ Contact Statistics of the month 8/13 Wuhan Coronavirus Deaths this year 149 Seasonal Flu Deaths today World Population 7,763, 139, 159 Current World Population 15,011, 034 Births this year 42,934 Births today 6,301, 992 Deaths this year 18,025 deaths today 8,709,042 Net population growth this year 24,909 Net population growth today Government and economics $1,669,000,612 Public healthcare expenditure today $1,144,324,986 Public education expenditure today $524,074,739 Public military expenditure today 8,362,552 Cars produced this year 16,084,070 Bicycles produced this year 26,995,559 Computers produced this year Society and Media 285,890 New book titles published this year 53,434,468 Newspapers circulated today 74,613 TV sets sold worldwide today 717,209 Cellular phones sold today $32,256,968 Money spent on video games today 4,470,089,549 Internet users in the world today 28,947,774,170 Emails sent today 743,407 Blog posts written today 85,451 234 tweets sent today 778,135,297 Google searches today Environment 557,241 Forest lost this year, hectares, 750,197 Land lost to soil erosion this year, ha, 3,869,627,281 CO2 emissions this year, tons, 1,285,8 ton desertification this year, hectares, 1,049,262 toxic chemicals released in the environment this year, tons, food 840,707,456 undernourished people in the world 1,688,761,425 overweight people in the world 749,768,738 obese people in the world 3,427 people who died of hunger today $63,957,554 money spent for obesity related diseases in the USA today $21,186,3 221 Money spent on weight loss programs in the USA today. Water 464,631,108 water use this year, million L. 90,226 deaths caused by water-related diseases this year. 803,652,882 people with no access to a safe drinking water source. Energy 52,308,317 energy used today, MWH, of which 44,527,793 from non-renewable sources, MWH. 7,877,176 from renewable sources, MWH, 327,766,512,795 solar energy striking Earth today, MWH, 10,728. 424 Royal Pump today, barrels, 1,518,041,363,582 oil left, barrels. 15,831 days to the end of oil, 43 years, 1,097,759,049,647 natural gas left, Bo, 57,777 days to the end of natural gas. 4,319,413,821,279 coal left, Bo, 148,945 days to the end of coal. Health 1,390,906 communicable disease deaths this year. 814,403 deaths of children under 5 this year. 4,552,542 abortions this year. 33,117 deaths of mothers during birth this year. 41,547,398 HIV/AIDS infected people. 180,115 deaths caused by HIV/AIDS this year. Sources and info, UNADS. More info greater than 879,961 deaths caused by cancer this year. 105,095 deaths caused by malaria this year. 1,696,386,162 cigarettes smoked today. 535,614 deaths caused by smoking this year. 267,976 deaths caused by alcohol this year. 114,895 suicides this year. $42,862,600,393 money spent on illegal drugs this year. 144,633 road traffic accident fatalities this year. Share this. Google bookmark Facebook more 67.4K. About, FAQ, languages, licensing, contact. Copyright Worldometers.Info, all rights reserved, disclaimer and privacy policy. Visit my YouTube channels. Try Something. Vegetarian, Perfect Society and the Future channel on YouTube. Be prepared everyone. Form real resistance to death, our common enemy. Safety first. Mir, Salam, Shalom, Hiwa, Major typing on, Shanti Shanti. Universal Everda now. Universal peace now.
So basically they also report the number of coronavirus deaths, 813, and the total amount of cases is supposedly 37,552, and some think that that number is lower in reality and others think it's higher. So to establish this, did they have 37,552 tests? I don't know how they got to this number and how they got to the recovered number. So does anybody explain that? Let's see if Bino News has the same number. 37,552. Yes, 13 fatalities. So they get their statistics or numbers from the same source, perhaps WHO, CDC, etc. And Agenda Free TV, the YouTube channel, was showing a nice statistic from nhc.gov.cn, but that webpage is in Chinese, So I was wondering what the link to this statistic would be, if that's shown daily, because it also shows the number of deaths. So this is a very good statistical overview, better than the one on BNO News and on Worldometers.Info. So this is a lot clearer. We also see that the number of deaths... Is this the number of deaths? Up to 3,000. Here it was higher. 3,694 was highest, 5th of February. And now 2,656. So I've tried to find that webpage, but I can't find it. And what was the other stuff? 42,870,000,000 money spent on illegal drugs this year. 42 billion. Then I'll have to find a statistic. Tea tree etherical oil. The real stuff is awesome. It has awesome properties. Chi and Volatile are two brands that I think of that they are 100% natural and the real thing, basically. Let's see if I can find the remark that I'm looking for in relation to the spending on illegal drugs. It's illegal to block a working cure from the public, so cannabis, heroin and cocaine should be legalized. I found it already. DJ Gamecock posted in the chat, if a nation or state fully legalizes cannabis for adults 21 plus, they hurt the black market and will earn 85% more in tax revenue as compared to nations or states with only medical marijuana programs. 85% more in tax revenue. So that's what that $42 billion money spent on illegal drugs this year reminded me of, basically. Let's see. 180,153 deaths caused by HIV/AIDS this year. Coronavirus deaths, 813 thus far in comparison. But of course that's still going up. I think that it should be allowed for women to have an abortion up to 1 month or so after they've become pregnant, either by rape or some other reason, so they can shorten that to a time that fetus is practically no more than a fertilized egg or whatever. But I think that many people are for pro-choice. They are pro-choice, I mean. So they are for the woman having the right to decide to have an abortion at least the first month. Especially women that have been raped. Perhaps they can make an exception for those anyway. And educated people have a lower birth rate, so the best way to reduce the global population legally is to educate everyone. And the Earth is not overpopulated, we're underpopulated. We need at least 3 times the amount of people that we have on the Earth now. And when they run out of oil, of course, I think they will adapt to that. And the question is also, isn't the Earth producing more oil than they're using? Especially when they're using more alternative energy sources. And that will happen when it becomes more economical, theoretically. Okay. So there used to be about 100 times more CO2 in our environment, in our biosphere, than there is at present. I've shown it, I've done broadcasts about the global warming hoax, the carbon tax scam, and I think that this worldometer may also have to do with that. And people can boycott McDonald's if they're against cutting rainforests, and boycott all Monsanto companies, producers of DDT and Agent Orange. I haven't checked what they're spraying the people with in China, if it's also DDT or something similar. So then it's best to wear a full face mask with a P3 filter or so. I don't even know if that gets it. But here we see society and media. Only 815,000 blog posts written today. But I don't know what time this meter starts. Theoretically 12 o'clock. Anyway, 12 o'clock in the US is not the same as 12 in the Netherlands. Government and economics. Public healthcare expenditure today, 1,836,000. 1,837 million. And money spent on illegal drugs this year, 42,875 million. There you go. World population. $19,917 deaths today. And according to this meter, also 47,480 births today. So then there are more than double the amount of births according to this meter. I don't know if this is correct though. And I'm not going to find out, so it may be based on what they want us to believe, the so-called official statistics and numbers. So then the Wuhan coronavirus outbreak today. Let's reload this.
This website uses cookies to ensure you get the best experience on our website. Learn more. Got it. Worldometer Coronavirus Population FAQ. Contact Wuhan Coronavirus Outbreak Class updated, February 9, 2020, 1:50 GMT. Cases, deaths, countries, death rate, transmission rate, incubation, age. Coronavirus cases, 37,553, of which 6,196 in severe condition. Deaths, 813 recovered, 2,685 linear logarithmic total coronavirus cases. Total cases, linear scale, Jan 22, Jan 28, February 3, Jan 24, Jan 26, Jan 30, February 1, February 5, February 7, 0, 10K, 20K, 30K, 40K cases. More case statistics. Linear logarithmic total coronavirus deaths. Total deaths, linear scale, Jan 23, Jan 29, February 4, Jan 25, Jan 27, Jan 31, February 2, February 6, February 8, 0, 1,250, 500, 750 deaths. More death statistics. The charts above show the cumulative total at the close of the February 8 GMT plus 0 midnight time and don't include February 9 count while still in progress. We will publish statistics on severe and recovered cases in the coming days. Confirmed cases and deaths by country and territory. The novel coronavirus, 2019 nCoV, is affecting 28 countries and territories around the world. Dates below are based on GMT plus 0. The bulk of China's new cases and deaths are reported at about 2200 hours GMT, 5 p.m. ET, for Hubei, and at 0 o'clock GMT, 7 p.m. ET. Search, country, territory. Total cases. February 8 cases.
So I see now that this doesn't show the death rate at all. It shows the all China total confirmed cases, daily increase confirmed cases. Is it this percentage? Oh, that's this green bar. And the daily percentage change confirmed cases. So that is going down. And it started basically 4th of February, I think. So this point is also lower than this point, and it's still going down. So that's a good trend. And we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But we can do stuff to crank up our immune system.
Total deaths. February 8 deaths. Total recovered. Total severe region China 37,198 plus 2,652, 811 plus 89 2,656,188 Asia Japan 89 plus 34 Asia Singapore 40 plus 724 Asia Thailand 32 plus 710 Asia Hong Kong 26 1 Asia S Korea 25 plus 1 2 Asia Taiwan 17 plus 1 1 Asia Malaysia 16 plus 1 1 Asia Australia 15 5 Oceania Germany 14 Europe Vietnam 13 3 Asia USA 12 3 and America France 11 plus 5.
So basically that shows these statistics, and that is annoying, I think, to listen to. And people can check it for themselves on Worldometers.Info. Of course, it also changes all the time, many of these statistics. So that's why it's good. Worldometers.Info is there. Then we can always check on these statistics that are going on as we speak or do things right now.
Timeline. On February 3, 2 new cases were reported in Germany, One is the children of a family already infected with the virus. On February 2nd, doctors in Thailand said they discovered medical treatment that cured a patient of coronavirus in 48 hours. On February 2nd, a death in the Philippines marked the first death occurring outside of China. It was a 44-year-old Chinese man from Wuhan who was admitted to the hospital on January 25 with fever, cough, and sore throat, developed severe pneumonia but in the last few days was stable and showed signs of improvement. However, the condition of the patient deteriorated within his last 24 hours, resulting in his demise, reported the Philippine Department of Health. On February 2nd, China shut down another major city as it closed roads and restricted the movement of residents in Wenzhou, a city with a population of 9 million that is located 800 kilometers away from Wuhan, in Hubei province. The Zhejiang province, where Wenzhou is located, has the highest number of confirmed cases outside the Hubei province. On February 1st, the 8th case in the United States was reported, a male in his 20s, in Boston, MA. On January 31st, the first 2 novel coronavirus cases in the UK, 18, the first 2 cases in Russia, 20, and the first case in Sweden and in Spain were reported. Canada reported its 4th case. On January 31st, the United States declared coronavirus a public health emergency, issued 14 days quarantine rules for U.S. citizens entering the U.S. from China, mandatory if entering from the Hubei province. Issued an order to deny entry to foreigners who have traveled to China within the past 2 weeks. On January 30th, the novel coronavirus total case count surpassed that for SARS, which affected 8,096 people worldwide.
So perhaps someone knows why the coronavirus has been declared a fake public health emergency of international concern, but HIV/AIDS that has killed 23 million people thus far in this year, 180,199 at the moment, and today is of course the 9th of February, 3:07 in the Netherlands. So basically it's a late night broadcast. But HIV/AIDS has not been declared a public health emergency of international concern, though coronavirus has. And according to this statistic, this shows the contagiousness. New coronavirus is the least contagious of all of these sicknesses, and measles is the most contagious. And Ebola is about as contagious as the new coronavirus. Though many people, and I also thought that Corona 2019 nCoV was a lot more contagious. Anyway, this is according to Journal of Medical Virology, Reuters. There's another version, but it shows the same thing, and I think this is the best graphic, basically. Statista, Reuters. So why hasn't the HIV virus been declared a fake, only the coronavirus? If you know, please post in the chat, in the comments, or Skype me on my Skype number or name Prologic999. So it's Prologic with the number 9 3 times. Alright, well, let's continue reading.
On January 30th, the World Health Organization declared the coronavirus outbreak a global public health emergency. On January 30th, CDC confirmed the first U.S. case of human-to-human transmission. 17. Germany, Japan, Vietnam and the United States have reported cases in patients who didn't personally visit China, but contracted the virus from someone else who had visited Wuhan, China. 15. These cases of human-to-human transmission are the most worrisome, according to the WHO. 16. Wuhan, the city where the virus originated, is the largest city in central China, with a population of over 11 million people. The city, on January 23, shut down transport links. Following Wuhan lockdown, the city of Wengang was also placed in quarantine, and the city of Ezhou closed its train stations. This means that 18 million people have been placed in isolation. The World Health Organization, WHO, said cutting off a city as large as Wuhan is unprecedented in public health history. 12. And praised China for its incredible commitment to isolate the virus and minimize the spread to other countries. How dangerous is the virus? There are three parameters to understand in order to assess the magnitude of the risk posed by this novel coronavirus. Transmission rate, ρ, number of newly infected people from a single case fatality rate, CFR, percent of cases that result in death determine whether asymptomatic transmission is possible. How contagious is the Wuhan coronavirus? ρ, the attack rate or transmissibility, how rapidly the disease spreads, of a virus is indicated by its reproductive number, ρ, pronounced R0 or R0, which represents the average number of people who will catch the disease from a single infected person. A more recent study is indicating a ρ as high as 4.08. 22. This value substantially exceeds WHO's estimate, made on January 23, of between 1.4 and 2.513, and is also higher than recent estimates between 3.6 and 4.0 and between 2.24 to 3.58, 23. Preliminary studies had estimated ρ to be between 1.5 and 3.5, 567. Based on these numbers, on average every case of the novel coronavirus would create 3 to 4 new cases. An outbreak with a reproductive number of below 1 will gradually disappear. For comparison, the ρ for the common flu is 1.3 and for SARS it was 2.0. Fatality rate, case fatality ratio or CFR, of the Wuhan coronavirus. See full details, Wuhan coronavirus fatality rate. The novel coronavirus case fatality rate has been estimated at around 2%, in the WHO press conference held on January 29, 2020, 16. However, it noted that, without knowing how many were infected, it was too early to be able to put a percentage on the mortality rate figure. A prior estimate, 9, had put that number at 3%. Fatality rate can change as a virus can mutate, according to epidemiologists. For comparison, the case fatality rate for SARS was 10%, and for MERS 34%. Incubation period, how long it takes for symptoms to appear. See full details, Wuhan coronavirus incubation period. Symptoms of the novel coronavirus, 2019 nCoV, may appear in as few as 2 days or as long as 14. Estimated ranges vary from 2 to 10 days, 2 to 14 days, and 10 to 14 days, see details, during which the virus is contagious but the patient does not display any symptom, asymptomatic transmission. Age and conditions of coronavirus cases. According to China's National Health Commission, NHC, about 80% of those who died were over the age of 60 and 75% of them had pre-existing health conditions such as cardiovascular diseases and diabetes. 24. According to the WHO Situation Report Number 7 issued on January 27, the median age of cases detected outside of China is 45 years, ranging from 2 to 74 years. 71% of cases were male. A study of 138 hospitalized patients with NSIP found that the median age was 56 years, interquartile range, 40–68, range, 20–92 years, and 54.3%, were men. 25. The WHO, in its Mythbusters FAQs, addresses the question, does the new coronavirus affect older people, or are younger people also susceptible? By answering that, people of all ages can be infected by the new coronavirus, 2019 nCoV. older people, and people with pre-existing medical conditions, such as asthma, diabetes, heart disease, appear to be more vulnerable to becoming severely ill with the virus. Patient who died in the Philippines was a 44-year-old male. The patient who died in the Philippines on February 2nd, in what was the first death occurring outside of China, was a 44-year-old Chinese man from Wuhan who was admitted on January 25 after experiencing fever, cough, and sore throat, before developing severe pneumonia. In the last few days, the patient was stable and showed signs of improvement. However, the condition of the patient deteriorated within his last 24 hours, resulting in his demise. According to the Philippine Department of Health, serious cases of 30-year-old patients in France as of January 29, according to French authorities.
Well, there's one international death, and that is in the Philippines, 3 cases, 1 death. Also a link to the source on bnonews.com. So I wrote in the Agenda Free TV chat, hi, because I just tuned into the chat basically. Could it be a race-specific bioweapon? Only 1 death internationally, 811 in China. The 1 international death was in the Philippines. 9th February 2020, China, 37,198 cases, 311 deaths, 2.18% of the total. Internationally, 301 cases, 1 death, 0.33% of the total. The total is 301. And also today, the 9th of February, China, 37,100. Oh, that's the same thing. 179,967 deaths caused by HIV/AIDS this year. Worldometers.Info. So, can anybody explain why in China it's 2.18% and internationally 0.33%, and why there's only 1 death internationally? There are 811 in China and 1 in the Philippines. Could it be a race-specific bioweapon, or can that be ruled out somehow? And I wrote, sarcastically, the good news is, coronavirus is good for us. SARS and coronavirus are genetically related. According to the professor in the video Virus Hunter, Lays 411 on coronavirus on YouTube. Willst du auch geimpft werden? At Danji ASMR Deutsch. Tea tree oil is awesome properties. Raccoon is with double C. Raccoon City of Resident Evil. Raccoon anagram of C coronavirus. And the letter C reminds me of the moon rock with the letter C on it, of the Masons, Freemasonry. Resident Evil's Raccoon City. Rabies can be spread by raccoons. It's zoonotic. According to Google, the correct pronunciation is not zoonotic, but zoonotic. Is it obligatory in China to wear a mask? The masks they wear cannot help, especially not if they don't protect their eyes. Well, they cannot help the wearer, they still help others, because they catch any spittle when they cough, basically. But theoretically that also comes out, these particles, from the sides of their masks, etc. And then it can be on doorknobs. And recently I saw that they found it on a doorknob for the first time, that they have taken it off a doorknob. Where was that? No, I think I'm not gonna find that again. I had like 70 tabs open, and it also slowed down the computer. What else may be interesting? Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation gave $100 million to Moderna to develop Zika vaccine. Looks like Gates is chums with Moderna and AstraZeneca too. I was gonna do that other broadcast, but perhaps it's not. I don't know, I'd have to think about it. Coronavirus alert event 201 calls for internet crackdown to stop spread of disinfo. YouTube video by Jeff censored. 5.9k views 1 week ago. At the time I made this overview. The US Center for Disease Control has said the source of the new coronavirus outbreak hasn't been identified. Wasn't it big in the event 201 pandemic scenario? Okay, the rest I've covered in previous broadcasts. Well, I think it's a good thing that Worldometers exists, especially the deaths caused by HIV/AIDS this year. But that's because that's interesting at this moment, I think, in relation to the question, why is that not a public health emergency of international concern? And perhaps they have a good reason, so. So yeah, Worldometers.Info. I think it's a good thing they're there, and perhaps it could be made more suitable for text-to-speech engine, or perhaps they have something that could read it out regularly or on the hour or whatever. So some of these things have a little plus. And deaths this year could also be split up. Why is that not split up into the main causes of death, etc.? But births are, and of course they pretend births are the problem and deaths are good. protect and serve and the Hippocratic Oath are passé. Law. So this was the other page, specifically about Wuhan coronavirus outbreak on Worldometers.Info, and this one is the same. Okay. So yeah, that's it. It's the review I wanted to make. A black background would be cool as well. I don't like when I turn dark mode on for a page that it also works on the other pages, and I haven't wasted time on checking out if there are others. Night mode Pro. There may be others that can do that. Could check it with night mode Pro, but I think I also have to turn it off again. Oh, that's absolutely not. Night mode. Okay, you have to switch night mode on. Alright, so that's it looks like this with night mode on. Okay, that's reasonable, but does it do it to other pages as well? Yes. Percentage calculator.net is now also in night mode. So I'll have to turn that off. So yeah, we gotta follow what's going on in the world. Or not. It's much better to make love, or massage one another, or do other healing things, yoga, breathing. More about it in my previous broadcasts. So check them out on Perfect Society on YouTube. Thank you all for watching. Do stuff for universal peace, and see you all next time on Perfect Society. Try something vegan, try something .vegetarian on YouTube, try something healing. See you all next time on Perfect Society on YouTube. Peace out.